everybody. You're going to hear a little economic development news today that's a lot of fun to hear. And then you're also going to get my fearless NCAA basketball predictions for MSU. So wait for that at the end. But let's take 4 or 5 minutes and talk economic development in Greater Lansing. I'm Bob Trezise from LEAP, Lansing Economic Area Partnership, and let's get right to it. Michigan State University came out with a very important economic impact study this week that examines the statewide and beyond that impact of the Facility for Rare Isotope Beam, the FRIB. And of course, LEAP is deeply engaged with MSU on this. We have a terrific strategy in place. It's this thick about how to build an industry around the Accelerator today and the FRIB tomorrow. We are and are becoming North America's #1 top particle accelerator community, and our job is to build a private sector industry around this, and we are. NIOWAVE, Ionetics, we have an incredible committee that we brought these companies to the table with MSU, and it's going great. But I'd like to read a couple excerpts from this study and an article that is appearing right now. A new economic impact study shows the Facility for Rare Isotope Beams at MSU is expected to have a significant impact on Michigan's economy for job creation. From construction through the operation, FRIB is expected to generate accumulated wages totaling $1.7 billion and an added $4.4 billion to the state's economy. The study analyzes payroll expenditures, material purchases, acquisition of services over the 2 phases, the construction currently, and then of course the anticipated operational phase. The study's payroll analysis shows that FRIB will create up to 1,500 Michigan jobs at the height of the construction phase and about 1,000 permanent jobs during the operations. Progress on FRIB continues to move ahead as planned. The project will also reach a construction milestone later this month when civil construction reaches beneficial occupancy, enabling the installation now of the technical equipment. Beneficial occupancy is the stage before final completion in which the facility can then be used for its intended purpose. FRIB will be one of the world's most powerful rare isotope beam facilities upon completion in 2022. It'll provide over 1,000 new rare isotopes never before produced on Earth. It will more than double the research opportunities available in nuclear physics. A reminder that Michigan State University's nuclear physics program is ranked #1 in the country, 1 spot ahead of MIT, and that's by U.S. News and World Report. Many of these isotopes will likely have properties critical to discoveries in key areas such as national security and nuclear medicine. And again, LEAP is on the cutting edge of building an industry around these incredible machines, and once again, building an international industry of the most high-tech variety right here in Greater Lansing. Congratulations and thank you to Michigan State University and President Simon for her leadership on this. I also just want to mention quickly that we're having a fantastic experience with the City of East Lansing right now. LEAP, along with our partners there at the City of East Lansing, Mayor Meadows and his terrific economic development staff and city manager, we have all packaged and put together a $132 million mixed-use project that is going to transform downtown East Lansing. These are 2 12-story buildings by Harbor Bay. One of the founders, Mark Bell from Chicago. This is a project that has listened carefully to what the City of East Lansing wants in these kind of projects. And so the emphasis is on senior housing, market rate housing. Of course, there's some element, but it's quite limited on student housing. There's going to be amazing retail grocer on the first floor that any city in America probably would want. It's going to absolutely transform both Grand River and Albert Avenue, make Albert Avenue an amazing main street. It also is absolutely no financial cost to the City of East Lansing taxpayer at all. The entire project, the guarantees of all risk are on the developer. So we've answered really all the questions, but I do want to congratulate again and say thanks to Mark Bell, the developer, Harbor Bay, to Mayor Meadows, and to everyone in East Lansing. There'll be a lot more meetings, a lot more dialogue, but we think this is going to be an absolute game changer, one of the largest projects probably in the state of Michigan this year. want to mention that I was very honored to participate and have maybe provided some leadership to several bills that are up at the legislature right now. The first one was called the Michigan Thrive Coalition, which was a transformational brownfield program. This will allow the state to compete far better on just 5 a year extraordinarily difficult sites, to redevelop those sites into some great placemaking projects that will create jobs. But yesterday was the introduction of another series of bills that's entirely different from those, but so compatible with them. This bill targets really big business that are going to create big job numbers in the state at the highest of wages. The state has difficulties competing and attracting the big businesses from around the country. And the competition is fierce state to state, and other states typically have quite a bit more of a toolbox than the state of Michigan currently does to compete. So this is, these bills, it's called the Michigan Jobs, Good Jobs for Michigan, and the bills will allow us to incentivize a company that will create at least 250 jobs or 500 jobs and pay at the county average wage or even above. And then it merely takes, it's not a credit, it's not like the mega program from the past, it merely takes the value of the individual income tax that new employees would pay to the state of Michigan and allow the company to take that dollar amount off each year as long as those jobs are created. So new revenue will pour into the state from the project. New revenue will really pour in to the local community, big or small, from the project. And this is a great way to help Michigan families. It's a great way to help us compete across state border lines and even around the world, to bring these really great jobs by the hundreds to communities across the state of Michigan. All right, and some exciting news to conclude here is our Youth Startup Expo is going to be phenomenal. It's on March 29th at the Lansing Center. This is our annual event where we help the middle and high school kids from all across the 3-county greater Lansing area come together with their business plans and a booth set up. And we have all kinds of money that we give away in 20+ categories of different varieties of businesses. Another way that we're building an amazing entrepreneurial culture in our greater Lansing region. This year, the 4th annual, is going to be the biggest ever. We have nearly 150 businesses from kids signed up, which is nearly double last year, and that year was huge too. We'll probably have 300+ kids at the event. So what a super way to demonstrate that our region is really changing, not only on the skyline, but in our entrepreneurial culture. And LEAP has played a key leadership role in making sure that that all happens. So finally, basketball. I think Michigan State tonight, Friday night, is going to win against Miami. It's going to be a very tough game, almost a 50-50 proposition. If they were to win, I'm going to be crazy now and make this prediction. Out of the top 8 or 10 teams in the country, I'm not sure Michigan State could beat any of them except for one. And that happens to be Kansas, and that's probably who will play on Sunday. So you never know. Regardless, I truly believe this was Tom Izzo's greatest coaching year. I think this team has been a lot of fun to watch no matter what happens. It's been a great year. They've had more obstacles. Any other coach and any other team would have probably collapsed and not had a very good year. But look at them in the NCAA tournament. That alone is a major achievement. So congratulations to Coach Izzo and all the guys on the team. We'll see what happens, but I'm going out on a limb. Have a great week, everybody.